Jared, you get to lead us off today as soon as Coach gets ready.
Okay.
All right, Coach, thank you. Here is
Yes.
Aaron Beard. Go ahead.
Hey, Hubert.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. I wanted to ask you about Armando in the sense of early in the year, we were all talking about the 3-point shot. Could he set, expanding the range and stepping out as kind of the new element to his game? But it seems like the rebounding, it was something he already did well, but now he's taken it up such a level that's made him he's gone from good to great in that regard so far to this point, it seems like. How do you
No,
go how do you
go
go
ahead.
about getting that out of a guy, in other words, to make that step?
Well, it's not me. It's him. It's all of his hard work, his dedication, his mindset, his will, his want to, his toughness. It's all about him. 100% him. His work ethic. And I did. We talked about it over the summer about him expanding his game, and he shot 1,000 or made 1,000 threes every week during the summer. Worked on his ball handling because I felt like in order for him, one of his goals is to play at the next level. He's going to have perimeter skills, and as a coach, my job is to win games and to prepare these guys to be the best that they can be here at North Carolina, but also to prepare them to go to the NBA as well. And so those are the things that he worked on this summer. But the thing that I'm just so impressed with him about is that there's a lot of times where guys would work on that during the summer and they would change their game, and it would go away from what they do best. And even though that Armando can shoot the ball from the outside and he has the green light to be able to do it, the things that he does best is finish around the basket and rebound the basketball. And you're right, his freshman year to a sophomore year went to good to better, and now it's great. And he's having a terrific season, and I'm very, very proud of him.
Thank you.
Andrew Jones.
Hey, Coach, you were asked the other night about some of the struggles your team shooting the ball the last several games. Are you pleased with the shot selection during this stretch? Or has maybe teams defended you guys a little bit differently and some of the shots you're getting are different, which has contributed to a lower percentage?
Well, at times I am happy with the shots that we're getting. I think in large part, I think it's a couple things. Number one is, we're really good when we pass up good shots to get great shots. And I think, for example, against Boston College, I I don't think we consistently did that, and that's something that we've got to continue to reinforce. Is to understand passing up that good shot to get great shots. I think we always struggle when we don't have the combination of ball movement and player movement and too much dribbling. And at times over the last 2.5 weeks, there have been more than I like offensively where there hasn't been that ball and that player movement that is really good for us, and too much dribbling and less passing. And so that's something that we've got to consistently do better, specifically tomorrow against NC State and moving forward for the remainder of the year.
If I could ask a quick follow-up, Steve, is there an explanation for that, or is it how our teams may be throwing a little bit something different at you guys? It's throwing off the movement, or is that just part of the grind of the season? That sometimes guys just aren't on point as much as other parts of the season.
Well, I think it's a combination of a number of things. I think sometimes shots don't go in. That's why consistently I talk to the team about the energy, effort, and toughness in our defense. When you look at, I'm not a big stat guy, but you just look between the 14 wins compared to the 6 losses. The things that glare out to me is, the defense, the difference of defenses that we play when we win compared to losses, the way that we rebound the basketball compared to the wins into the losses, and the way that we take care of the basketball compared to the wins into the losses. So those are things that you have control over, and those are the things that allow you to put yourself in a position to win basketball games. I do think teams that pressure us at times have bothered us, and what it does is it results in more turnovers, and it results in us running our offense a little bit further out than where we should and where we want to. And I think that contributes to maybe shot selection or missing shots. And so those are things that, we've discussed, we've talked about, we've drilled, we've practiced. And my hope is that we will do a good job of that tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you.
Caitlin Schmidt.
Hey, Coach, could you just speak a little bit on Caleb Love and his confidence that has, shifted throughout the season, and then how he can continue to maintain consistency converting behind the arc?
Well, Caleb is having a great season. I'm so proud of him. I've said this before, the difference between Caleb freshman year, sophomore year is a complete 180. He's a guy that on our team, because of his athleticism and giftedness, he can create a shot for himself and for his teammates at any given time. I think he's really good when he has that great understanding of when to shoot and when to pass. And I love his ability to distribute the basketball. I think there's a stat out there, and again, I'm not big on stats, but I think we're 7-0 or 8-0 when he has 5 or more assists. And so I like that about Caleb. He's that versatile, and when he brings that combination to the game, it makes us a better basketball team. He's also a very gifted on-ball defender. And so he does a terrific job of guarding, the top perimeter players on the opposing team, and he likes and takes that challenge. He's a competitive kid, and he always plays hard, and he's having a terrific season, and I'm really proud of him as well.
CL.
Hi, Hubert. Just a quick kind of. I was wondering if there was an update on Dawson Garcia.
There isn't an update on Dawson. He will not be playing tomorrow. Again, as I said before, there's no timetable of when he's going to come back. He's unavailable because of family illnesses, and I'm just very thankful that he has this time to be able to spend with his family. I've been in contact with Dawson and his parents every day since he's left, whether it's been talking on the phone or through text message, and just being supportive and letting him know that we're thinking about him, we're praying for him and his family, and that we miss him.
Now, my real question was I wanted to ask about the ACC in general this year. A NBA scout I was talking to was talking about the talent level, and this is within the context of it being a quote-unquote down year in the ACC, but he was talking about the amount of number one or first round draft picks in the league this year as not being typical of what the ACC generally produces. What is your assessment, based on the teams you've played and what you've seen on film with where the league is compared to how it is traditionally?
Well, that's difficult to compare in past years. All I know is there's tremendous talent all over the ACC. Whether you're a projected first round draft pick, second round draft pick, projected free agent, undrafted. There's so much talent here in this conference to play against every day and also play at the next level. The teams that we've played, there's so many gifted players, whether it's perimeter players, guys that can finish around the basket, and whatever opinion that came from a scout, that's not my opinion. I really think there's tremendous talent across the board throughout each team in this conference, and it's very competitive, and it's a lot of fun to play in.
Thanks, Hugh.
Greg Barnes.
Hey, Hubert. The program is honoring Roy Williams tomorrow, and I think you know that Roy had a passion, if you will, for NC State. I'm curious as to your take on rivalry games. I know some coaches emphasize certain games, while other coaches, kind of preach that each game is the same across the schedule. What's your take on rivalry games?
I have a passion versus anybody that we play against. That's what I have a passion for. So whether it's NC State or Winthrop, College of Charleston, Duke, It's an opportunity for us to compete, and I just always believe, and as I said to all of you guys before, whether it's practice, shoot around, or a game, you cross the line, it's live action. And I love competition. And so whatever team that we play against, it's an opportunity to compete. And it doesn't matter whom the opponent is. I just love to compete.
Is that mindset born out of your NBA tenure where you played so many games over so many periods of years?
No, that's just the way that I was brought up, and that's the way that it was reinforced in here at Carolina. You know, as I said before, as I grew up, my parents preached this, and it was reinforced here with Coach Smith and Coach Guthridge, is that things that you have control over is the preparation and the process and the practice. And so, yes, you have goals, you have things that you want to achieve, but none of those even have a chance of being achieved if you don't take care of the preparation, the process, and the practice. And so those are things that I've always focused on, whether it's in basketball or anything else in life. And that's the way that I coach, and those are the things that I tell the team. And I believe in that.
Thank you.
Adam Smith.
Hubert, I wanted to ask you about the 82 teams reunion tomorrow. Just what your memories were of that team. I think you would have been about 11 or 12, maybe.
Yeah,
and
I do.
assuming you would have been pretty fired up about them winning it all. Just what do you remember about that team and what stands out?
I remember I was very upset with my parents because I was a Boy Scout, and we had a Boy Scout meeting that night, and I wanted to skip it so I can see the national championship game. And my parents said, no, you made a commitment. And so since you made the commitment to be a part of the Boy Scouts, irregardless of how much you want to cheer on the Tar Heels and watch the game, if you say that you're going to do something, then you have to live up to it. So I had to go to the Boy Scout meeting, and I came home and I got to watch the second half. So I never got to watch the first half. So I was very upset with my parents for teaching me what integrity meant. And I got there at halftime and saw the second half, and I saw North Carolina beat Georgetown.
You just missed a lot of Patrick Ewing goaltending, so it's okay.
Yeah,
Will everybody be back for that? Like the living members, like people who may or may not own the Charlotte Hornets, will they all be back?
I'm not sure, but I hope so. That'd be great. I'd like them to play tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Got time for two more real quick questions before we get RJ in here. Charlie Mickens and then Art.
Good afternoon, Hubert. As Greg touched on, University will be honoring Coach Roy Williams tomorrow. Just speak on the big thank you that he'll be getting and what he means to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's great that, tomorrow that we're honoring Coach Williams, but it's not just a ceremony for at halftime. It's for a lifetime. It's just a number of things that not only apart from wins and losses, probably the biggest impact that Coach Williams has made is on the lives of the players that he's coached here and before he came here at Kansas. And just specifically for me, he was the one that has twice given me an opportunity and a chance. I mean, he was the one that recruited me out of high school. He was the one that told Coach Smith and Coach Guthridge that he felt like that I was good enough to play here. And I really think his opinion swayed Coach Smith in offering me a scholarship. And then while I was with ESPN 10 years ago, he gave me a chance and gave me an opportunity and hired me as one of his assistants. And I got a chance to be an assistant under him for an unbelievable 9 years. And then his support for me being the next head coach. He's always given me a chance and an opportunity. And so I think it's great that we're celebrating him tomorrow at halftime, but he deserves to be celebrated every day. And every day he steps in this gym, and it'll be a great ceremony, and we're very, very proud of him.
Last
Thank
one
you.
for Coach Davis. Art.
Hubert, maybe I should wait till Thursday to ask this question, but I was just wondering, are there any plans or talk about doing something for Coach K when he comes in here on the 5th, like give him a rocking chair or something?
For me, there hasn't been any discussion. My focus has been solely on preparing our team to be the best that we can be against NC State, and after that, my focus will be squarely on preparing this team to be the best that they can be at Louisville on Tuesday at 8 p.m. I've always, in anything that I've done, I've always directed my focus on the things ahead and never looked forward to anything in terms of just giving my focus towards the task at hand. And so, right now my entire attention has been on this team, our preparation, and putting ourselves in a position to play really good basketball against a very good NC State team tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Yeah, I know.
Thank
I
you,
would hope.
Coach Davis. We are good, and we get RJ in here right now. He's ready. Thank you.